Welcome back, St. Marians. Once again, we are having economics classes, and in ISC Economics, today we are going to discuss the most important topic, that is indifference curve analysis. So, before going on today's topic, I want to discuss that have you completed your question answers of chapter number 2, which I have given you in previous videos, and I hope so that you have solved all the answers. If you are having any problem, then you can consent to me in the comment section, then I will give the answer to you. I will explain that particular topic to you. And one more thing is there, that you have to complete all these answers in your fair notebook. Today we are going to discuss about indifference curve analysis. So while we are discussing about indifference curve analysis, then we are also knowing it as ordinal utility analysis. So while I have started this utility topic, then I told you that utility is of two types: cardinal utility as well as ordinal utility. So cardinal utility, while I was discussing, then I told you that we are measuring the utility in the terms of cardinal number like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., etc. But while we are discussing about ordinal utility or indifference curve analysis, then there is some change. So we are discussing about order of preference, means not that whatever the util the consumer is consuming, we are discussing about order of preference of the consumer, and we are discussing the preference in the terms of bundles like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be clear to you as soon as you will understand about indifference curve. So let me define first what is indifference curve. So if we are discussing about indifference curve, so that is the set of combination of two commodities which offers the consumer the same level of satisfaction. So it is similar to PPC, means PPC you have studied in class 11th, that was having uh, two commodities, while a consumer was producing two commodities having the limitation of technology, and here we are having the consumer is consuming two commodities with that given income or given limitations. So we can discuss that there was consumption, there was production, and here it is consumption. So that was concave, it is convex. So these things we'll discuss one by one. First of all, let me explain that who was the economist who has given this concept of indifference curve. So he was Mr. J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen. So they have given the theory of indifference curve, and this theory we are going to discuss in our module. So let us start. Indifference curve, I have already explained you that indifference curve shows the different combination of two goods that yield that same level of utility or satisfaction to a consumer. So for example, you are having the two goods X and Y, and you are having the different combination of these two goods, maybe A, B, C, D, and these combinations are on same line. So this line will be known as indifference curve. Means in this line, all that combination of these two goods X and Y will have same level of satisfaction. So for understanding indifference curve, let us go for indifference schedule. So what is indifference schedule? It is mentioned here, an indifference schedule refers to a schedule that shows the various combination of two goods which which give equal amount of satisfaction to the consumer. So this is the definition of indifference schedule. So schedule which is showing that different combination of two goods, or different or various combination of two goods which provide a consumer same level of satisfaction. So this is indifference curve schedule. That will clear with the table. Let us go for the table. So here you can see in this table we are having two goods, good number A, first food and second cloth. We can take it X and Y also, no problem. We have taken here food and clothing. So this table we are having four combination A, B, C, D. So in this, for understanding this table, you have to understand what is MRS or marginal rate of substitution. So MRS, if we are discussing, so MRS is that rate on which the consumer is willing to substitute good X from good Y, or if consumer is willing to substitute good X from good Y, so whatever the quantity of commodity X he has to sacrifice. So that is known as MRS. So why we are discussing about MRS? Because in indifference curve we are having only two commodities, and if a consumer is willing to have more more quantity of commodity X, then he has to sacrifice that some part or some quantity of commodity Y. So I hope you understood what is MRS means. While a consumer is sacrificing commodity Y for increasing the consumption of commodity X, so that rate is known as marginal rate of substitution. So it will clear you, as well as we will discuss. So indifference curve is depend on MRS. So shape of indifference curve is also belong to MRS. So you have to understand what is MRS. I hope you understood. Once again I am telling you that as a consumer, whatever the quantity of commodity Y you are sacrificing for increasing the additional unit of commodity X. So it will clear to you in this example. So let us see that first we are taking food, one quantity we have taken, and then 10 we have taken of clothing. So one quantity of food is equal to 10 quantity of clothing. But while we are going for additional unit, we are moving from 1 to 2, means you have increased 1 in number plus 1 in number in commodity X. So what will happen? Then you have decreased 3 minus 3 in clothing. So see here, MRS you can understand delta Y upon delta X. So MRS is delta Y upon delta X. So ratio of Y is to X is known as MRS. So here 3 quantity of that commodity Y or clothing he has sacrificed to increase 1 quantity of commodity X. So second one we are saying, so one more addition is there plus 1, then here it remain from 7 to 2 minus 2. So additional 1 unit while consumer is consuming, then he has to sacrifice 2 unit of Y. And then we are coming on the next one, it is minus 1, it is plus 1. So here MRS is minus 1 and plus 1. So we can say so that MRS is decreasing by every additional combination. So while we are increasing the unit of commodity X, then we have to sacrifice the unit of commodity Y. So first one we have sacrificed 3 unit, second one we have sacrificed first 3, then 2, then 1. So why this why this is decreasing? Here one more concept is there. Here law of DMU is applicable. Why law of DMU is applicable? Because after every additional unit of consumption of X commodity, you will not interested in commodity of Y. So as well as you are increasing the consumption of unit X, your consumption of unit Y is decreasing. So first you are willing to sacrifice 3, then 2, then 1. So 1 is equal to 1. So on fourth combination we can say so, by adding one more unit in commodity X, you are willing to sacrifice only 1 unit of commodity Y. So this is known as law of diminishing marginal utility. So these things will clear to you well while we'll continue. So let's go on the next presentation, that is indifference curve. So indifference curve you can understand well with the help of table. So table already is given in your book, page number 42. You can go through, then I'll explain this one. So see here we have taken that on y axis unit of clothing, and on x axis we have taken food. So we can say indifference curve we are having these 1, 2, 3, 4 combinations. So first combination you are watching, that for 1 unit of x, you have to sacrifice 10 unit of y. So as well as you are willing to add one more unit of y, then you have to sacrifice these 3 unit of y. And then while you are going for this one additional one more unit, from 1 to you are shifting 3, then you have to sacrifice 2 unit, and then again you are increasing 1, then you have to sacrifice 1 unit of y. So y is decreasing continuously and x is increasing continuously. So that's why we are having inverse relationship, and due to this inverse relationship, this indifference curve is having negatively sloped. As well as you have seen in demand and price. So while price is increasing, demand is decreasing. That's why that demand curve was negatively sloped. In the same way, it is negatively sloped. So first thing is indifference curve is negatively sloped. And how it is happening? It is happening due to law of DMU. It is happening due to MRS, or marginal rate of substitution. So I hope so this concept is clear to you. Let's go on next concept. Marginal rate of substitution, already I have told you, it is delta y upon delta x, means ratio between y and x is known as marginal rate of substitution. So once again I am telling you that for increasing additional unit of x, whatever the sacrifice you are giving in additional unit of y, so that is known as marginal rate of substitution. So once again I would like to tell that as a consumer, if you are willing to increase one quantity of commodity x, so how much quantity of commodity y you are sacrificing, that is known as marginal rate of substitution, and that is delta y upon delta x. So next topic we can have, that is indifference map. So for understanding indifference map, it is very clear to you that group of indifference curve, uh, each one which represents the a given level of satisfaction. So if we are watching IC1, if you are watching, then IC2, IC3, IC4. So you can say so that these all four indifference curve are showing different satisfaction level. So indifference curve is the group of different indifference map is that group of indifference curves which are showing different satisfaction level. So sorry for that one. Once again, I want to clear that indifference map is that group of indifference curves which are showing different satisfaction level. So now we are going to discuss about next topic, that is assumptions of indifference curve analysis. So we know well what are assumptions, already we have discussed, means in which condition this indifference curve is not applicable, or what are the terms and condition which is responsible for application of indifference curve. So first one is rationality. So this is very familiar to you that we think so that consumer is rational and he is willing to achieve highest possible satisfaction level. Means it is the tendency of consumer that after achieving one, he want to have next. So after one satisfaction, you will go for higher satisfaction and then higher satisfaction. That's why different indifference curve never meets to each other, never intersect to each other. We'll discuss this thing afterwards. So here only this thing that consumer should be rational, and he should have the possibility of highest satisfaction, or he should maximize his total satisfaction after every set of bundle. So next one we can have ordinal utility, means indifference curve analysis states that we cannot calculate, we cannot measure the utility in the terms of number, we can only check that order of preference. So it is not we cannot measure in the quantitative terms. We can only check the order of the consumer, in which order he is going to prefer. So the next, no steady, means we think so that consumer is not over reciprocated with goods consumed by him, means that he has not reached the point of saturation, means he is not satisfied. So we can say so that for indifference curve approach, it is necessary that consumer has not been satisfied, or he is not satisfied by the consumption, and he is having that more possibilities of higher satisfaction level. So in that case only consumer can sorry in that case only that indifference curve is possible. So larger amount he can consume after the smaller one. So this is that another compulsion for indifference curve. Next one is transitivity of choice, means consumer is changing its choice after every satisfaction level. Means we can say so that consumer is willing to have one combination, then he will not repeat the same, he will go for next combination. For example, that oranges and mangoes, so once he has gone for definite number of oranges, then he will change that number of mangoes. So in this way, combination A to combination B and combination B to combination C, means he can have different combination of these two goods, and he will try one after one after one. He will not stay on first one. So that is necessary for indifference curve analysis. If consumer satisfied only on first combination, then indifference curve is not possible. Next one, DMU, means rate of MRS and DMU are having the same concept in indifference curve. So diminishing marginal utility or diminishing marginal rate of substitution, means it says that uh, consumer substitutes more and more, means after having one combination he will not go for the same combination, he will go for another combination, means substitution for that first combination he will go for another combination. So these were the assumptions for a indifference curve. So now we are going to discuss about properties of indifference curve. So first property of indifference curve is indifference curve slopes downwards from left to right. So for understanding this one, we have to go through that indifference curve. Let me take the example, this indifference curve. Table is there with you, you can use the table. I will explain that how indifference curve are downward slope from left to right. Once again you can see so that while we were consuming 1 unit of x, then we were consuming 10 unit of y. Then if consumer is willing to increase one more unit, then he has to decrease unit of y. So in case of demand also, price and demand combination you have seen. So if price is increasing, so demand is decreasing. In that case also demand curve was downward slope, and same case is here in case of indifference curve, because these two commodities x and y are having inverse relationship. So that's why this demand curve is downward slope. Why? Because if consumer is increasing 1 unit of x, then he has to sacrifice 2 or more unit of commodity y. So that's why they are having inverse relationship, and that's why indifference curve are always having downward slope. So next one is indifference curve is having convex to the origin. So what is convex to the origin? I mean shape like this is known as convex to the origin. So how it is possible? Or this is possible only that indifference curve decrease as we move down the indifference curve. So while you are going down, then it is going inside. And indifference curve analysis says that diminishing marginal rate of substitution. So let me go with that table. You can open the table and you can say that MRS is decreasing, MRS first one was 3 is to 1, second 2 is to 1, and third 1 is to 1. So in first case we can say, so for increasing 1 unit he has to sacrifice 3 unit. For increasing one more unit he has to sacrifice 2 unit. For increasing one more unit he has to sacrifice 1 unit. So MRS is decreasing after every combination. That's why this indifference curve is having convex to the origin. So I hope you understood this one. This is possible only because of MRS. MRS is decreasing. I have told you about MRS. What is MRS? Delta y upon delta x, means ratio of y is to x. So 3 is to 1 means if he is sacrificing 3 unit of commodity x, then he can add, sorry, 3 unit of y, then he can add only 1 unit of x. And second one, if he is sacrificing 2 unit of y, then he can add only 1 unit of x. And then he is sacrificing 1 unit of y, then he can add 1 unit of x. So it is decreasing. So that's why that slope is having convex in nature. So third one, we are going to have highest indifference curve is having higher yield of satisfaction. So let us go through this one. So this will explain you. We have understood that in uh, demand section, that as well as that so you have read in demand curve, while it is shifting towards rightwards, so it was increasing. So you can see here the same thing is there, while it is going, while it is increasing rightwards, so it is increasing. So while we are any curve is shifting rightwards, so it means increment in the satisfaction level. So we can say, so that you can say IC1 and it is IC2. These IC1 is having more satisfaction level of than IC2. Why? Because it is shifting rightwards. So every indifference curve which is shifting rightwards will have maximum level of satisfaction, and while two indifference curve are having, or highest indifference curve is having highest level of satisfaction. So we can say, so again I will repeat this one, you will understand. See here that IC1 and IC2, suppose we are having this line, so this is lower, this is higher one. So highest indifference curve is having higher level of satisfaction. So while the curves are shifting towards right, it is very clear, while the curves are shifting towards right, then they are having increment in the satisfaction level. So you can understand this, I am increasing this one here. So this satisfaction level, this satisfaction level, this q1, this q2, so q2 is more than q1. So indifference curve which is shifting towards right is having more level of satisfaction, and that higher satisfaction level they are showing. So so it is very clear, if indifference curve is higher, so satisfaction level will be higher. Why? Because when curve shift rightwards, then it is having more quantity of the commodity, and if more quantity of commodity or more consumption, it means more satisfaction to the consumer. So so students, let us see how indifference curve cannot intersect each other. This thing you will understand very easily. So if two indifference curve intersect each other, this would imply that combination of two goods corresponding to the point of intersection would have two different level of satisfaction, and which is out of the assumptions of indifference curve. So let me explain you how it is possible. I have taken this two indifference curve I1 and I2, and these two are intersecting on point B, and this is the intersection point of indifference curve A and B, and here we are having 2 point A and point C, and we have seen so that point A and point C, we can have this one. So point A and C are near about having same, but quantity of commodity Y on same level of satisfaction, x is equal to a is equal to c, but y, if we are taking, then a is less than c or c is greater than a. Or what does it mean? It means that on the same quantity of commodity x, we are having change or difference in the quantity of commodity y, and that is not possible practically in that indifference curve. So that's why we can say so that indifference curve cannot intersect to each other. Once again I am repeating, you can see in this diagram that a and c are the point of two indifference curve, I1 and I2, and both are having the same satisfaction level of x, while they are having the two different satisfaction level of y. And that is not possible, that if we are having that same rate of MRS, then change in that quantity y is not possible. So if x is changing with the same ratio, then y will also change with the same ratio at the same satisfaction of level, otherwise satisfaction level will be different. So it is not possible. That's why these indifference curve cannot intersect to each other. I hope you understood. Have a nice day.